You've got the Rumble, you got the Maoka, you got a lot of these big power picks, but there's that Nico you were talking about.
即ピックです。
Nico not going to be given over to Yagao, but Rumble showcased by Ben for the
ニ
first
コ
time
は
in
ラ
his
イオ
entire
ットから
career
調
in
整
the last
をまだ受けていないんじゃないかと思えるぐらい強いチャンピオンですね。16勝6敗。大きいですね、この結果だけ見ると。取るだけで 75% 以上勝てる最強チャンピオン。ランブルどこ行っちゃったんだ。ランブルさん。
But the first pick of the draft for BLG is actually the Vi. This is one of those champions that can be very devastating, specifically in combination with Nico. Also giving an opportunity for some powerful playmaking, especially once you get the ult.
固まってきましたか。バイの後にザヤピック。
And it's also denying one of the powerful AD jungle pairings here. You know, when you think about the most
バ
popular
ンピック
pairings,
98% のザヤ。
Jarvan's banned,
30勝13敗。強すぎ。
But if they do grab Rumble, they're going to be pretty heavy on AP already.
そしてランブルですか。最強チャンピオン。このチャンピオンもリワークされてからダメージがおかしいですね。ダメージバグってます。このリーグオブレジェンズレベル1で出せるダメージって大体決まってるんですけど、その基準を大きく超えたダメージを出せるとんでもチャンピオンです。ランブル16勝6敗。強すぎ。そしてザヤに対してアフロス、ニコに対してシンドラピックですわ。ジャングルにバーンを割きますか。これ BLG はあ、レナータバーン。
This is something that he's been incredibly good on domestically, and now going to see if he can try and bring it out to the international stage. It is something where you can look to try and at least beat back Weibo, who are going to play in this incredibly short position. And it looks like they're probably going to try and
去年と同じくワールズ進んでいくたびにレナータが上位チームが使うレナータが強すぎるらしい。
They really did start this march towards the priority of these enchanters playing for bot lane 2v2. The Renata gonna get banned out when Light, you know, is able to get that strong support pairing for Chris. When they have that dominant 2v2, they've had so much success playing in that style.
ウーコンバーン、ウーコンをベトナム以外のプレインのチームはどこも使わなかったんですけど、ベトナムだけが使ってて、他のチーム、他の上位チームも使い始めてかなりパワーを見せてます。ソロ中ではすごい弱いんですけどね、ウーコンジャングル。そしてブリッツバーン。
You know, four on. Are they going to be playing towards that support wing condition, or are they going to save it for Bin?
Yeah, I think you take the Aatrox here for Bin. He's already played it twice up in that top side. I think that works really well into the Rumble.
ランブルに対してAatroxですね、大体出されるのは。他に出されチャンピオンいるかな。ランブルに対して後出しされるチャンピオンはAatroxしか記憶にないぞ。
And I think it's interesting, right? You know, the obvious thing is to go for that top lane, but some of these times, teams are just really focused on the contested supports. They want to have another denial as kind of the additional ban. But in this case, obviously, putting value on that 5th pick support counter pick. This would be definitely an AD option. Haven't seen a lot of it, and is absolutely feast or famine. It's going to get locked in. The bell bet for Weiwei.
I like it though when you've got lanes that you can kind of use to push in and get big advantages. When I look towards the bot lane, the Aphelios doesn't scream to me that you're going to have that can now counter pick with an opportunity to go for an enchanter support.
ミリオがアフィロスの射程を伸ばしてすごいパワーを出してましたわ。
If the Shy doesn't get control over that top side, I feel Bel'Veth won't be able to get these invades off, and she's going to start to fall behind.
And this is the first career game on Bel'Veth for Weiwei. So first time bringing it out in a World semifinal. Crisp again, sticking with those enchanters, does go towards the Milio. Won't be able to, you know, grab something that is really a lane counter on the side of BLG, but it will be Darrell. That final piece of the puzzle here does give them some good engage.
勝率はトントンですね。勝率以上にパワーを感じるんですけれども。
But when you're looking on the other side, it just feels like the entire game to me for Weibo is going to be about that top side of the map, about pushing lanes here in mid, in top, getting Weiwei involved early with these invades, trying to create a really big lead because Bel'Veth is absolutely feast or famine.
And honestly, it feels like a huge amount for Eliza and Xiaohu. I mean, that's your sole engagement. That's the sole person that can try and set up for these fights. And Xiaohu hasn't been performing. When you look at him coming in towards Worlds, I think a lot of people are like, no, this is the moment Xiaohu can kind of step up, toss off the mantle of Emperor of Spring, falling short on Worlds, but he hasn't got the team to see that yet. And now against Yagao, he needs to set up here.
ランブル対エイトロックス
The other question
どうなる
is,
の
do
か
they even have to engage when you're playing against Virel? There's not really that many options on the other side. I think Weibo has, in a lot of cases, been very good with their counter engage. And I think both Milio as well as this Nico
当然
really
序
do
盤は
excel
ランブル
in the
が圧倒
counter
的に
engage, the
有
amount
利
of setup that they're going to have. If you're piling in with the
エイ
Vi,
トロ
all
ッ
of
ク
a
ス
sudden
は
the heal, the
エ
heals,
クス
the
ドリン
heals
カーと
come
かマル
through
モテウスを
from
買って
Chris, from
序
Xiaohu.
盤
That can create the space
頑張って
that
耐えるん
Light
で
needs
し
to
ょう
take over a fight.
I mean, you bring an equalizer down on top of a botched engage. Even Bel'Veth, if you try to engage on this carry type of
アイテム自体エイトロックスとは相性良くないですからマルモテウス買いたくはないと思うんですけれども
I'm excited here for this first game.
買わないとレーニングできないらしいので
We were all talking a lot about the
みんな
junglers
購入してますね
specifically and the way that they've been playing.
ランブ
Even
ル
highlighted it. Kobe was mentioning how
ナフした方がいい
loves going
ちょっと
bottom in that entire
ダメージが
over and over and over again. Shun
ダメージが
yo-yo
高すぎる
across the rift. He'll go top, he'll go bot, he'll go top, he'll go bot. But when you're up against Weiwei, who's got that pressure, I'm curious if Shun is just going to gravitate even more so to the bottom half of the rift too.
Yeah, LoL Esports
ランブル
actually
イグナイ
tweeted
ト
out some kill maps where you can see
燃
where
やして
all
きま
their
す
kills are pre-14. For
しぼ
Weibo, it's basically only in bot lane. Like, everything is bot lane. They are very clearly playing heavily towards this, and with the Enchanter, they'll be able to.
All right, as we're waiting on the minions to spawn, a reminder, you saw it pop up on the screen a moment ago. You can connect your League of Legends account with Prime Gaming to grab the exclusive Braum W emote that the players have been spamming on each other the whole time here. As the ward is going to spot out Weibo, doing a late invade here towards those Raptors.
But look at Bin is coming. They have
いや
extra
レベル
man
1の
defending. BLG have 4
強さを
here,
生
and we
か
don't
して
see
イン
the
ベード
extra
しますか
people for Weibo
人
just
数
yet.
差ありますよこれ
Level 1 could get spicy and get
4対
spicy
3だぞ
quick. The Shy's going to be found there with the ward in the brush. Now Weiwei and Xiaohu
うまく逃げられますか
here.
ウェイボ
Flame Spitter from the Shy, just buying a little bit of extra time for his teammates to continue the long way home. But the flash Q3
ポン
and the
ピ
Shy
フラッシュした
He drops down the ignite, but what's it going to do? On continues the chase as the Shy
お互い
flashes
ドッ
out.
トレ
He
フラッ
may
シ
be
ュ
able
な
to
くなり
survive here. On going to continue after him.
いや
The
ランブ
Shy,
ル
he
レーン
doesn't
どうするん
die,
だ
but
これ
his lane's in a real bad spot.
I mean, this is an absolute
TT
disaster.
ないぞ
You're playing zero sums, no TP Rumble, starting top against a full HP Bin, and Xiaohu got completely zoned away. Look where he is on the
その
minimap
代わ
right
り
now.
ド
This
ッ
is
トのザヤ
unmitigated
が
disaster. He's not even
ね
gotten one
ウェーブ
minute
に
of
触れません
experience yet. And I think that Yagao
ドットレ
actually
はかなり
stacked
不
away
利
the
しており
full
ますけ
towards
ど
him. So Weibo off to
トップレ
about
ーン
the worst start possible.
And a
もう
lot of
ダメ
when
で
you
すか
look at these two teams facing off in summer was, okay, can we try and get an
CT
advantage
ない
on
から
BLG
な
side
ポ
for
ーション
being
2
against
つ
the
ガ
Shy?
ブ飲みし
Then
て
we can
どう
try
に
and
か
just
体
lead them
力
to
回
their
復
own
しましたけど
devices as we look towards the rest of the map. And Ben has certainly got a bit of an
リコー
advantage
ル
in
で
this
す
one.
リ
I
コ
mean,
ー
he's
ル
gonna have to base, and remember, this is
ランブ
no
ル君
TP.
帰りま
He's
しょ
gonna
う
be down likely 2 levels right off the rip from this play. This is absolutely horrible for them. And I'm just surprised that Weibo didn't pull up
いや
Chris
敵
because
の
it's
イ
so
ンベード
obvious they were
を
going to be going for this type
う
of
ま
invade.
く
Anytime you're playing
BLG
with
がカウ
Velvet,
ンターし
your
ましたか
motive is their Raptors. It's not your Raptors.
ハンデ
On
ですか
moved
これ
up, Chris didn't. That was the difference.
Especially when we said, hey, look, your bot lane, actually, he's going to be in a bit of a better spot than we were talking about in draft, but you still
お
want to
ー
try
ラ
and
ン
get
ブル
pushed
コ
on
ン
the
トロール
map
ワード
to
とポーション
facilitate
購
yourself,
入
keep invading, keep getting in the space of this vibe. But
あ
when
いや
the Shy is completely out of top side, and you don't really have as much control as you like
CS
on the mid lane as
2つ止
well,
めて
it's
る
going to
ナ
make
イ
it
ス
very tough for this Velvet to play out the map as she wants.
At least for the Shy, there was a cannon minion there, so I mean, I
その代わり
think
ボッ
it's
ト
going
レーンは
to
かなり不利背負ってますよ
be as bad as it might have been, but 17 to 4, it's such a
レベル
big
がトッ
lead
プに
here
い
to
ま
be
した
able
か
to
ら
mop
ね
up some of these underneath the turret. But that level 1, such a disaster for Weibo.
いやランブルの強い時間帯が潰されてしまっ
Yeah, I
た
mean,
代わ
we'll
り
see how it all shakes out as far as the total experiences advantage. But when he walked back to lane, he was still 1 when Bin hit 3, right? So
Yeah.
you do see that temporary massive XP disadvantage. On the other side, there was a cost, of course, for Elk because Elk did get zoned off.
Weiwei getting caught out now as he tries to invade the enemy
エン
jungle.
ペルグスは令和のチャンピオンなので
The Velvet
4回ブリンクできますね
losing a little bit of HP, luckily does not have to spin the flash, can go back
無
down
敵
to
で
the
す
bot side river and claim the scuttle crab thanks to the lane push that his bottom lane has acquired.
Yeah, exactly. So Weibo's bot lane, really a lot of pressure on them now. You know, given how badly everything went on that top side, the only advantage they had was that Crisp and Light were in lane and could zone Elk, right? So they did create a CS
い
advantage
や
there.
すごいダメージ出ますねドランニングしか持ってないのに
Light and Crisp have
なん
got
だ
to
この
pound
チャン
this
ピオ
bot
ンは
lane 2v2 now because the soul lanes are just in a tough spot.
Shun clearing out his blue, hanging around on this bottom side of the map, but not going for anything here just yet. You can see WeiWei invading again. You talked about the importance of Bel'Veth stealing away.
ウェイウェイさんのウェイウェイさんに対する苦言が呈されております。
on the top half of the map too. So double scuttle early on is going to feel pretty good. As Bin goes in pretty aggressively here, finds a nice trade on the shot.
Yeah, I think a large portion of this is going to be seeing, hey, can WeiWei try and keep up this pressure? But Shun now has an advantage where he can move into the bot side, hasn't been spotted. There is a ward here, but it might be a little bit too late as On has flash.
Well, yeah, looks like Shun's just going to step in the vision
ワード
there
で
real
バイ
quick,
は見えました。
so they should know what's going on.
I really want to see if Finn can actually hold that wave off the turret though, because he TP'd back and the Shy had no buy.
Immediate flash engage coming out from On as Chris
フラッ
is forced to
シュ
flash
ある
away.
け
He's
ど
nearly killed, but he keeps himself
わあやりきれるのかこれ。
first blood. Back
これやれるのか。
BLG are on the board.
Nicely done. Beautiful flash engage there from On. Shun with the follow-up, but they can't quite turn it around. Chris couldn't get away. But again, on that top side,
これ
I'm
ビデ
really
オ
interested to see
フラッ
what
シュあ
the
る
Shy
か
is
ら
gonna do from this position, because he had no buy. Finn
ビデオ
gets
が
the
フラッ
buy,
シュ切
comes
って
back,
終わりなの
prevents
かな
the
と思
crash,
った
and
け
now
ど
he's
や
gonna
り
try
き
to
れる
lock
ん
him
で
into
す
this
な。
wave state, where he doesn't want the Shy to ever be able to crash the wave and then actually look for that base. So Finn is trying to hold this off the turret as much as he can. He's going to try to stall out these range minions and say, you don't get the base, you don't get to buy. That is the advantage that I've gained.
これがプロ。
Yeah, I think he needs to pull
プロ
WeiWei
の
up
キ
here
ル
to
ライン。
try and do something, but WeiWei needs to get back to this bot side to try and protect his camps from Shun, but we're going to see
これ
here,
や
I
り
think
きれると思
they
わ
thought
ないぞ
that Shun
なか
had
なか。
gone away after they saw him initially
レ
focusing
ル
in
の
on that
フラッシュ
ward,
中
and
なの
then
か
Chris not
旧
quite
フ
able
ラ
to
ッ
get
シュな
back
の
in
かちょっ
behind
と
the tower in
レ
time,
ルに
get
つい
enough
て
healing
詳しく
off
ない
as
んですけれ
well,
ど
and
も
you can see how much damage has gone onto the
そ
BLG
れで
side,
スターン入れてからの W の バイの中でミリオ何もできず
But just not enough. Still, the damage was there from BLG.
その代わり
They're first on the board. However, we look at
ボ
how
ット
close
と
the
ジャン
goal
グル
is.
3人サムのスペル全部なくなった
There's not even that
BLG
much difference here between the teams.
悪くないんですよウェイボーは失ったのはミリオの命とフラッシュだけ
So he's not going to get stuck in this long
悪くなし
extended laning phase that Ben wanted them in with no items. Does go back to base, gets the tier 2 boots. You can see a number of
バ
them
イがかなり
now.
時間使った代わりにデルベスのファームがすごいです48CS バイが28なのに
Looking at Weibo, one of the things I immediately noticed here on the scoreboard, the massive difference in terms of the amount of camps farmed in the jungle. WeiWei is up significantly there on this Bel'Veth, so trying to keep pushing the tempo on this carry-style jungler as he hangs out
これ
down here in the
BLG
bot
前
lane
に
now,
出
but
る
the
必要ないん
ward
ですね
over the wall is going to spot him out.
I think he's done a
黙って
relatively good
待ってい
job
れ
of
ば
getting
ウェブ
control
が
there,
来
using
ま
the
す
push
か
to
ら
trap bot side and mid to start to teeter over towards, I was going to say Dragon, but Shun is here to try and protect it. I think it's just getting Vision down before they started up. But you can see at the moment BLG trying to respond.
Now, On finds a stun there on Light, but immediately has to disengage. As you can see, control over that river still belongs to WeiWei. He's got his smite. He'll secure that as Shun wanted to come up, potentially fight for it. But WeiWei, again, maintains control over these Scuttle Crabs throughout the entire early game so far.
I think Shun has been doing a good job of tracking where WeiWei wants to go, though, and he's kind of keeping him in check here, making sure they can't use the advantage you had off both waves. And because Weibo hesitate, they don't actually get to take the Dragon immediately, so BLG are then in position to
ト
respond.
ップレはお
And now
互い
it's
に
gonna
ブー
become
使
a
って
case
ま
of,
す
all
ね
right, I'm going to steal these Raptors,
移動
try and set
速
a
度
vision
大
on
切
the top side,
大
and
切
more
な
than
マッチア
likely
ップ
wait
で
for
す
that Rift Herald that's in 30 seconds, maybe even catch out Shun as he moves in here.
WeiWei level 6 versus
そ
Shun.
してバイが狩るのがラプターしかないのでここで待ち構えておりますレベル5対6ですよ
Shun is not going to win this 1v1. So much damage coming out from WeiWei. Not enough to force
Yeah.
a kill. The flash wouldn't have been available anyway, but Shun
Yeah,
is now
強い
forced back out of that quadrant.
第3
That's
狩るもの
huge
ないで
because
す
there's not anything on this bottom side. Shun hasn't
ジャン
hit
グル
level
の
6
差
yet,
が
and he really
ちょっ
wants
と
to have
大
that
きすぎ
before
る
the Rift Tower spawns, but now you're in a position as WeiWei where you get to clear out Raptors, immediately fall back over towards this Rift Tower with the push that you have on this top side. Thanks to Shy doing a good job, despite the early deficit of now bringing it back in that top lane match.
And now it finally means he's able to take away multiple camps from Shun. You know, he hadn't been able to get them. He had been farming heavily on his side of the map, but now he's going to push him out, get the
バイどう
Raptors.
するん
He's
だ
going to take the red. He's going to get the Krug. It's
敵
going
の
to be a
ラ
full
プターに
topside
入ってい
clear
くのか
of the enemy jungle, and that could potentially mean a Herald after. That could potentially mean a dive top after. I don't think that Weibo can really contest this because WeiWei is
ドラゴン
still
始め
moving
ま
up,
す
so he's just going to trade for that Herald, kind of as expected on the top side, and that is
ト
so
ッ
much
プ
more
よく取り
valuable
返しました
when
ね
you are
CS
playing on this Bel'Veth. You get the
トッ
little
プレーン
Voidling
終わり
spawns that are coming out that
終
really
わり
does
の
help
始
the
まりだっ
push.
たんです
Plus
け
you
ど
get that additional empowerment from taking that Void Eye.
But even just look at the little purple bars that are underneath WeiWei and Shun's portraits. That's your levels, and you can see how far ahead WeiWei is. Plus, he's going to be able to go in onto
い
this
や
top
サイ
side,
ド
take
ステップで
Raptors,
お互いに
zone Bane off of this
敵の
wave
スキ
as
ルを
well
かわ
as
してい
effective
く
flash from the Shy, and keep full control over this top side continuously. This is becoming a massive issue now for BLG, and honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if Weiwei just gives a ton of those
あのス
resources
タート
to
で
the Shy.
CS 逆転できるんだった
Take down
ら
first tower and get this rumble rolling.
ランブル普通にスタートしてたらエイトロックスどうなってたんだこれ。いやーこの CS 全部捨てなきゃいけない。ビン苦しんでます。これベルベスがかなり上側の背後をしているのでジャングルのプレッシャーで苦しんでますか、エイトロックスさん。何ウェーブやってるんだこれで。
I want to say 3+ waves, 2 bin as well, and he just uses
that
that
triple recall,
gets back down to pick up the red buff that was defended again by
Theshy
Chris. So this is really well played by Weibo across the map. I'm super impressed.
And this looks like the Weibo from earlier in the year. Not the one that's gonna, hey, we're gonna take Poppy and dive you over and over again level 3. It's, hey, we're gonna try and get some sort of control here over in the mid lane. We're gonna start playing up towards the Shy in that top side as well, like making sure that we're in a position where we can actually play towards the Shy on carries.
そしてベルベスがとても大切なヘラルドを取りましたよ。
It's so interesting, right? Because when they came
ベルベスピックしたらヘラルドはとても大切ですね。ヘラルドを取れればボイドをレボラ召喚できますから、タワー破壊能力すさまじいですよ、ベルベス。
Trying to be flexible, trying to catch BLG a bit off guard, and thus far it absolutely is working. But of course BLG not too far behind whatsoever. It is just a 600 gold lead at this point, and they are the ones with the engage on their side. So if you do misstep, if you do make that mistake, BLG are more equipped to punish it, whereas Weibo really need to push the pace, because when you don't have engage, I feel you heavily have to dominate game and force your opponents to come to you, because that is the way that you choose your fights, is when you're stacking those dragons,
ただでさえ不利なのにずっとベルベスのプレッシャーがありますから CS 取りに行けないです、これ。
Yeah, Shun recalling nearby, but Weiwei's gonna dash forward as you can see Shun now coming in to reinforce Bin.
おサイドステップで避ける。わあ。いやーどうしようもない。ベルベスの W をサイドステップで避けたんですけれども、イグナイトとダンブルのウルトで死亡。逆にトップおしまいです、これ。
Man, Aatrox can be deceptively tanky, but a drain tank doesn't work when you cut his healing. The Ignite just absolutely wrecks him, and now that's another massive amount of minions that are just crashing into the turret.
Also the fact, like, he's going for this Hex Trigger early, wants to try and get a ton of that early magic resist, so he's a ways away off of actually having a lot of that AD damage that he wants in his kit to try and sustain off. Even going towards things like Core Drinker are going to take a little while.
Okay, hold on. Maybe a little bit of a scrap here in mid. Crisp comes up to reinforce, make sure Xiaohu's okay. On stepping away there from the Ultra Mega Fire Kick, so nothing's coming up.
いやー、これどうすればいいんだ、トップレーン。レーニングできません。バイがベルベスをキャッチしに行く。いや、届かないぞ、これ。ベルベス生き残りました。あいやー。ニーコがウルトでうまく守ってあげましたか。ザシャイフラッシュインでシンドラ死亡。あレルも死亡。おしまいです。誰か
flashes past it and roasts him.
The Shy honestly popping off and saving that play. Xiaohu whiffs on the ult, whiffs on the tango bars, and the Shy says who needs CC?
シンドラ TT はあるけどミッドラインかなり削られちゃいますな。 CS もかなり失います。これプレートもう一枚割れちゃうかも。割れちゃったかな今の。多分。
spots out that they're all there. Weiwei gets caught, but just being able to at least zone even for Xiaohu there is big.
ベルベス硬すぎ。これ生き残れるのか。いやブラストコーンのタイミングもうますぎなんですわ。バイの Q を弾いていく。ニーコのスキルは外れたけどシンドラを注意。ザシャイスはフラッシュで避けます、当然のように。
And you can see he's feeling good about that one.
Oh, it's going again. It's going
なん
again.
かトップでバトル起きてますけど
The 1v1, the shy.
ビルド差ありすぎなんですわ。
Level 1. Isaac, you said it at the start of this game. It's as bad as it could have been without giving up a kill. And the shy is now 4-0-0. It is a massive lead for Weibo right now. 14 minutes in the game. And they're going to start the second break of the game.
What did you think
も
was
う
going to
だいぶ
happen?
前から終わってたけど
Like, even
さらに
behind early from the level 1.
さらに不利になりました。
Again. And I mean, this is reminiscent of the shy right the way back in 2018. Dominate lane.
でもこれ助けに行けないぞ。
It's so interesting because I
助け
feel
に行っ
like
たら
with the
2
Neeko
人死
coming
ぬ。
through early, BLG thought that they weren't going to go for the rumble. I
バ
think
イ
they
と
didn't
エイ
think
ト
they
ロッ
would
ク
go
ス両
towards
方
the
やられ
WBG
てし
solo
まう。
lanes. Maybe thought that they had limited them enough on the AD jungle picks that they
こ
wouldn't
の
be able
試
to
合
have
ウェイ
success.
ボーの
But
勝利予想です。
Weiwei locking in the Bel'Veth here has really enabled
ちょっ
it
と
very, very effectively. He's
ちょっと苦
farming
しい。
incredibly well. He's put on pressure. He's taken objectives. And check
こ
it
の
out
ラン
in
ブ
the
ル倒すの
lane
に
card.
かなり
Probably
リソースが
Santa here,
必要。
powered by
トッ
Mastercard.
プで2400ゴールド
2400
差。
gold lead in the top lane. That is ridiculous.
And it's literally the reverse staircase of what we usually see for Weibo, where it's like, it's actually going to be more the shy who's trying to sustain in that top side. But now that he's got given the resources, he's in a terrifying spot. And I mean, look, it's 103 gold in that bot lane, but Light is going to scale.
そして2体目のヘラルドベルベスに行きますねこれ。ミッドに出せばミッド破壊に行きます。
Absolutely overrun these fights.
I mean, it's already a 3,500 gold advantage for the side of Weibo. The Drakes are tied. Weiwei's working on the second Rift Herald of the game here. As soon as it spawns, Weibo's going to be taken down as the shy. Just picks up another one. This man is on a mission today.
大間さん死亡。
Real quick, the shy finds him, and it's just
馬の
nice
焼肉
positioning
で
there,
す。
right? You can see, hey, look, we are trading that Rift Herald on top side. Let's get the vision. It's your standard play for the support, but not having the jungle, and now not having a top laner.
Pop Blossom lands. They tie him up in the tangle
エイ
box.
トロックス生き残ることできず。
The kill goes over to Light.
誰
And
か
now the push comes through. These guys are ready to absolutely wreck this top side. Beautiful plays
誰か
coming out from Weibo.
This game is getting out of
こ
control.
こから勝つ方法を教えてくれ。
Weibo are stomping them. As BLG
ここから
are trying to push for
BLG で
that
勝つ
tier
方
one
法
bot, but they get a kill
あります
around
か？
mid. They move top. They get a kill up there. They push in. They don't even have to use
ただ
the
ランブ
herald
ル
yet.
倒すだけで
They're gonna still
850
have that
ゴールド
later,
もらえ
try
る。
to get tier 1 bot or even push for a tier
貯
2.
金箱落ちてます
Weibo
こ
are
こ
in
に。
an incredible position. And what a shocking start to this game is now the Shy's 3,000 gold ahead.
お
He's got
討
equalizer.
伐
I don't know
隊
if
来
you
た。
want it.
Yeah, this is tough, man. I don't even think you win these 2v1s. He's going to go ahead, drop the equalizer to zone Yagao away.
とりあえずウェーブにウルトを打ってウェーブクリアと。
Try to wombo combo him down and the
オ
shutdown
ーク
goes
シン
over
ドラ
to
がシャ
Yagao.
トダウン取りましたよ。
The TP comes in from Xiaohu, but they disengage in time.
シンドラに850ゴールドです。
Critical shutdown there onto the shy, but man, he still put so much damage down while they did it. They have to
思った
find
よりやれましたね。
Big moment though, because as you say, they quickly got in, dispatched them, and you burnt
バ
the
イ
TP
と
from
シンドラの
Xiaoyu, so you kind of
全力
disrupt
で
all this tempo advantage that Weibo
倒
started
し
to
き
build
れ
up.
ま
Because
した。
you can see, push
ナイ
in
ス。
top, control over mid. It was starting to become a bit of a nightmare for BLG, so they're starting to slow that onslaught a little bit.
And that's 850 gold in the pocket of Yagao. That was a huge shutdown, but my real concern for BLG
ただ
is what is Ben gonna
ミ
get
ッドの
done
タ
this
ワーは
game?
破
I
壊
mean,
され
look
ま
at
し
his
た
itemization. He's got
BLG
a Hex Drinker, and he's going into
悲
lethality.
しいです。
There is a lot of physical damage on the other side. You have nothing, no HP, no armor, no
次ボットに行っ
resistances.
てヘラルドを出
Light
し
and
ますか。
Weiwei are gonna kill you in a second.
And I feel like they've been completely caught off guard by Weibo's stop, but also the way Weibo are
折
bringing
れて
out
ない
these
最後の
Bel'Veth.
ファース
I
ト
mean,
タワ
last time
ー。
we got to see Bin bring out the Rumble. Now it's Weiwei bringing out the Bel'Veth.
ボットの
These
ファース
teams
ト
are
タワー破
leveling
壊しに
up
行
as
きますか
playoffs
これ。
goes on, and BLG were not prepared this time.
Going back to what we were talking about in the draft, Azale, you mentioned how, yeah, they banned the Jax away from Bin because he had this monster
ヘラルド
performance
紹
on
介
it.
しますね。
So many of Weibo's, or not Weibo's, excuse me, BLG's wins feel like they come out of big performances
ベルベ
from
ス
Bin,
フラッシ
but
ン
he's just locked out of the game
シ
this
ンドラ
time
とフラッ
as
シュ
the
トレード。
equalizer lands on Yagao.
イコライザーを打つけど倒すところまではいかずと。
But they force their opponents back. It's Weibo using the Herald here in the bottom lane to force down that tier 1 turret. On gets thrown up in the air. The
Oh.
Pop Blossoms ready to make sure it
ベル
gets
再び
done.
死亡。
And Xiaohu picks up his first kill of the game. 7-2 here, 18 and a half minutes in.
You play with fire, you're gonna get burned, and On learns it
いや
once
黒の
again as
CC
they
チェーン
get that
強すぎる。
charge off. And Weibo will
CC 1
back
個
it
当てた
out.
ら
But it is Shun on that top side. The split pushing
最大
Vi
効率
taking
で
down
CC
the
チェー
top
ン。
tower.
できるかな。一回食らうと逃げられないぞ。
Here, look, if your top laner doesn't have a Divine Sunder, you might as well bring it yourself up to that top lane. So at least getting the Sheen procs on the tower gets something, but
いやー、ミッドのセカンドタワーも破壊です。
30 seconds.
Can't do anything.
Yeah. Sean thought he was going to wrap around, maybe look for some sort of a pincer attack, but there's nothing
いや
to
ー、
be
ドットの
found.
セカンドタワーも
Alone here in the bottom lane.
割れちゃった。ランブルに600円。
5-2 in the turret count is a big reason why this is a 5,000 gold lead here now. It's so hard for BLG to try to fight back from any sort of a fair fight.
And now this really is just so problematic for them. Great, they have some engage, they have the ability to
ホライゾンフォーカスと星の宝石変えましたね。ランブルさん。
They're going to show up to every single objective and they're going to dare you to fight them. They're going to continue stacking towards this as the Horizon focus is even done for the Shy. So he's going full on damage in towards the Void Staff as that third item. He is going to be destroyed.
エイトロックスはまだアイテム完成してません。ランブルは2個は半持ってるのに。
And he was talking about Weibo, and they said, look, we have things that we haven't had to show yet. We got through without having to face an Eastern team. We have the opportunity to play our style and bring out some of these new picks, and you're seeing how terrifying they are and why this team was considered a super team when they were formed in the LPL.
So many conversations that I saw leading up to the semifinals here this week were asking about, oh, has Weibo's run been fraudulent? Do these guys really deserve semifinals? You mentioned only playing the Western teams. Yeah, they played Mad, they played G2, they played Fnatic, they played Energy, then they played Energy again. A lot of people are saying, oh, well, this is where they get exposed. They're not looking too exposed right now.
No, not at all. I mean,
ちょっとファームして。
they just lost, right? But here, this would be
ファーム
their
して
first
怖さ
win
が
against the Eastern team at this
縮まる
tournament.
のを
Really would be a
待つし
statement
かない
game
か。
to come into the semifinals and just blow out BLG
今みたいに
in game number 1. No one can really question if you deserve to be here, if you are on
トリン
the
シャ
same
さん、
level
どうも
as
で
these
す。
style of teams
こんにちは。
when you bring out this kind of a performance.
ランブルチャンピオンプールに入れば先出し性能高くてすごい強そうですね。ちょっと動画で見てね、勉強しないといけないチャンピオンの使い方を。まずそこからですね。この最強チャンピオン、練習の必要があります。これ、BLG は時間が経つのを待って、ゴールド差の割合をもうちょっと小さくしていく必要がある。1コアと2コアの勝負だと勝ち目ないけど、3コアと4コアの勝負だったらまだ勝ち目がありますから。
Elk can make some sort of a miracle happen. I mean, both those carries do have 2 items, so they are not so far behind. You know, Light kind of quietly farming away. He's on 2 items as well, of course.
時間を伸ばすしかないか。
But you've got to hope that something goes bad here, and Weibo starting up a Baron potentially. This could be an angle for BLG. We'll see if Weibo are going to stick
ニーコとランブル、レートゲームは結構失速しますから。
Nope, no we don't. All right, backing away, looking for the opportunity for the engage instead. Root hits the Xayah, Elk getting away for now, escapes the Q from the Aphelios from long range, but now Weiwei's gonna look for Bin. If they can catch the Aatrox, it could be big, but Bin can slip away from that one.
Yeah, and Elk had to use his Ghost and lost half his health there as well.
悪くないですよ、BLG。この2台目合い、何も起こっていない時間、悪くないと思いますわ。
It's very difficult for him to approach if he gets chunked out like that again. It's just going to be straight back to base. And I think once they clear out the vision, they're just going to start it. They're not going to give Elk the time to heal up.
All right, BLG are going to have
外
to
れました。
try to stand
コン
and
トロール
stop
ワーダー
this.
残ってます。
Ultimate
アフェアスのウルト外れまる。
connect on anybody, so
マジか。
Weibo's just going to walk this one back away. They're not so far ahead they can just hard force Baron, so they don't want to throw the game.
バトル開始です、これ。イコライザーうますぎるぞ、これ。イコライザーうますぎ。これでバロンやれるでしょう。相手レルもザヤも体力ないです。
You get BLG coming through, they pull off, they immediately attack the people from BLG who are overextended, and that gains Baron now for Weibo.
I mean, this is just beautifully played by Weibo. They don't have engage, you
Equalizer,
start the objective, you draw them in, you find the pick here with the knock-up. Look at the equalizer, perfectly placed across all 3 members, cuts off any possible escape there from Shun. And with the jungler down, Alkanon really chunked out. The Shy knows it, man. He is just having a game, and when this guy is on, No one
あ
can
れ
beat
以
him.
上のないぞ。
Every time we're seeing him pop up on the screen, he just looks calm, cool, collected. The state of the game has been going Weibo's way ever since they dug their way back
でも
in
ど
that
うしようも
hole
ないで
at
すわ
level 1.
これは。
8-2 now. 2-1 Drake lead, up 6,000
これ次の
gold.
試合
They got Baron for the next 2 minutes and
BLG
15
は
seconds.
ザ
The
シャイの
next
ランブ
Drake
ル
is gonna spawn in under a minute, so they'll have total control over the Rift to
バ
move
ン
towards Soul Point.
バンするしかないんじゃないでしょうか。
BLG because the amount of control you can get over mid wave, pushing that
ランブル最初体力1ミリでスタートしてポーション2つ使わされてから CP のないリーディングウェーブかなり捨ててたんですけど、そのスタートでこれですから、ちょっとどうしようもないぞ。後出しの8-6ですからね、これ。
Xiaohu was pushing out top wave, but now he's going to move over towards mid because they're nervous about a pick, but the equalizers are insane.
Elk having to pop the ulti.
ザヤのオルトです。ノーフラッシュ。
Aggressively to take out the enemy AD carry.
はいよー。
Xiaohu pops the pop blossom defensively.
豪快ですこれ。これベルベスのボイドレモラの力でゲーム大丈夫か終わっちゃったりしないか。 ゲームエンドはまだまだ無理か。無理ですね。インチビター2つかな多分。死んだら死んだらゲームだ。
Those Nexus turrets, they still have the entire rest of the team dead, only on just now respawning as the bottom lane inhibitor turret is broken. The inhibitor now under pressure as the same
インチビター2つでドラゴンかな多
still
分。
have their push going strong. Xiaohu has rotated up into the top lane to get the
そう
last
ですね。
remaining lane moving towards that completely destructed state. They're not going to get it all the way there, but the rift belongs to Weibo.
ドラゴン行って次はトップにグループしてトップのタワーとインチビター取って GG でしょこれ。
Yeah, sorry, I can't believe it. I've been away from the LPL for too long. You know?
Player killed
いやこういうジャングルの狭いところのイコライザー
from the shy. He has been so good all game long. Every equalizer
強いで
feels
す
like
な
a perfectly
ハー
placed.
フロスフラッシュ
Then in goes
ザヤを仕留め
Light.
ましたわ
Turns off Elk. Gets in, knocks him down, and they just pile in for more.
Insane stuff from Weibo, and I mean the fact you're getting the shy crushing Bin in that top side. You got
They left him hanging.
you got like
あれウェイボーのコーチこの人ダムモンと T1 にいた
Not gonna find Bin, yes.
第2さんですか
The
コ
Shy
ーチ
has backup from Chris. The Maul's gonna keep Ben alive for an extra second, but as soon as that Flame Spitter comes back up, Xiaohu makes his rotation over. The Shy popping
いや
the
でも
stasis
8-6 も
just to
パ
make
ワー
sure it got
感
a
じる
little
な
bit dicey there for a
今の
second.
でこれだ
Still
け
get the job
生き残れるのか
That is fair. He is 0-5 and the other side is 7-1, so that's why it was a little bit close. But they do get the job done. And now you're going to get pushed on top side to make sure you can actually get in underneath this tower. And I mean, how do you try and defend this as BLG? You've got nothing left in the tank.
You really can't. There's not much you can do here. I mean, the only
これ
reason
今ランブルがいないのはバレています
Chris is the target.
危
They
ない
got him. It cost a lot of ultis to do it. So Weibo
050
now might get
の
something
8-6
despite the
思
fact
っ
that
た
they
より強かった
immediately lost a man. They go for the knockup, but it won't hit Shun. On still trying to play that interference role, allowing the rest of his team to fall back.
いやこれちょっと良くないですよウェイボーウェイボーちょっと良くない順番に人がいなくなっちゃうとやっぱりタワー CG できませんから
But even if you don't, right? Even if a Weibo just ping-pongs these wave backs and forwards forever, it's like 3 minutes until you get an Infernals Drake for this style of composition. It's absolutely insane. You're
この間にスーパーミニオンでファームできますね
Barons up, like you have this game in the palm of your hand as Weibo, and it's on BLG to find that moment, find that pick with Shun, with Yago, that can try and turn the tides here.
And the way this game is gone, I got so many questions for how the rest of the series is going to go now too, because you're saying, okay, Aatrox into the Shy's
ちょっと良
rumble
くないで
has
す
not
ちょっと良
been
くない
an answer. We try to ban the Jarvan, take the Vi. Okay, well they'll just play Bel'Veth and do perfectly fine with it. Weiwei was out-tempoing Shun like the entire game. It seems like Weibo have answers. We were watching the teams talk about coming into this game and how big the competition is here now that you're into the top 4, and Weibo have done their homework.
And I think when you look at like BLG, the fact that they set the record for like the best win record in the LPL for a split ever. People go, oh, they should be the consistent winners, but they forget that the fight between these two in summer was incredibly close, going 2-1 in favor of BLG. Weibo have taken down teams like JDG. They are monsters, and they
リーグ
want
は
to
TP
finish
しましたけれども、
As Shun tries to engage on
ちょっ
Xiao,
と
who immediately
危
goes
ないで
to
す。
get himself away.
フラッシュで逃げました。
Back out of the scan of the week.
バイのフラッシュとにこのルト交換です。ダメージやばすぎ。大使と
Weiwei's gonna do the same, but Weiwei is fed, and BLG's dead. Ben can't get out. Light's gonna put him in the ground. Weiwei jumps in over the wall. Elk is the last man standing, but he's Zaya without an ulti. It's gonna be a hard job to get away from this when he
お
tries to
ザヤ
do
頑張ってフラッシュインしましたけれどもダメージ足らず。
Weibo, get it done. Game number 1. It's a stomp here in the semifinals, and they're gonna start this series off strong.
いやー圧倒的。1ゲーム目勝利したのはウェイボーゲーミングです。これはザ・シャイのランブルバンで対応ですか。バンで対応か取り上げるかどっちかでしょう。
What a birthday present to himself from the shy.
GG.
Like, no one got me anything good. I'm gonna get myself a rumble game. Go godlike.